Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino RHino homebrew review. Today's homebrew is right here. This one worries me. I've been told that it might explode when we open it. It's in an old Grolsch flip top. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and, should probably put a towel down, shouldn't I? Let's pop it and see what happens. I really don't want to do this. I'm really worried. Woo! Woo! Okay, so there's a little bit of rise. Not as much. This is actually really cold. I've crash cooled it for a while. It is a Russian Imperial Stout. Why have I crash cooled it? So that it didn't explode like I was told it most likely would. So, why do I have a green Grolsch bottled, homebrewed Russian Imperial Stout? Well, this Russian Imperial Stout comes from the man himself, Edward Woods. The one of the 5 paddles. So this is one of his homebrews. So right here is the stout. Look at that coloring, guys. Look at that coloring. That is beautiful. Black as night. Beautiful, beautiful head. Very thick. Very, very pillowy. Tiny little bubbles, but silky smooth. Beautiful, beautiful darkness on the head. Smell. Woo! That is alcoholic. Oh, what was the ABV on this, Ed? Woo. Woo. That is hot. That is hot. I was going to try and share this with people, but nobody seems to come over anymore, so I was forced to drink it on my own. Now back to the reason I crash cooled it. I was told it explodes. I was told there was a bunch of them that exploded in his basement. So I crash cooled it, and I crash cooled it hard. I turned the temperature down in the fridge. I left it in there for a while. It's in with my homebrews. My homebrews are over primed too. They blow up if you open them warm. So you usually gotta let them air out. It's still a little cold. It's gonna be a little cold for a while, so we're just not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna drink it cold. And if I get the guts up, I have a second bottle. We'll try that one warm. Okay. Out of the glass, it's scary, to be honest with you. Alcohol notes, sweet alcohol, sour alcohol, just alcohol notes. Very, very, well, it is Russian Imperial Stoutish. I mean, there are a lot of Russian Imperial Stouts that are just filled with alcohol notes. But it does more remind me of, almost like an ice, a barley wine, but the ice wine barrel-aged ones. The ones that come off kind of like apple brandy and all that. Because there is more sweetness to it than anything else. And a nice maltiness. The bottle. Oh, the bottle is divine, though. You get a little bit of malt. You're getting a tiny bit of caramel. You're getting a tiny bit of chocolate. It's all malt out of the bottle. It's all alcohol esters out of the glass. Worries me. But this is the man that made one of my favorite beers, one of my 10 out of 10s with the Midnight Paddler. So let's try it. Cheers, guys. That is interesting. Very interesting. Very grainy, very malty. A little bit of caramel, a little bit of butterscotch. A touch of toffee. Very, very sweet. Background, very biscuity, very yeasty. A little dirty, a little like English hoppy. Ooh, it's not just English hoppy though. It comes off with that earthy biscuitiness, but there's a slight resininess that comes up. Almost like what, almost like the flavor profile that I get from Centennial when I drink something that's been bittered with Centennial. Not saying that's what he used, but I'm just, you all know how I feel about Centennial, that weird resininess that I get from it. All in all, though, nowhere near as scary as it smelled. It worried me smelling it. It really did. This actually tastes more like what the bottle smelled like. This is more malt. More malt, more what I expect from Russian Imperial Stout. Is there a warming? There is, but it's not as bad as I would think. There is a warmth in my stomach. This would be a great winter beer because your stomach is warm. There's a little bit in your throat. It's basically from your Adam's apple down that has the warmth. Most of it's in your stomach. Very, very Russian Imperial-esque. I mean, it is alcoholic. It's warming. It's so sweet you get the sticky lips. Is it a great beer? No. No, you know what, Ed? Honestly, for me, not my favorite homebrew. I shouldn't even say not my favorite homebrew. Not my favorite brew that you've made. Excuse me. But, that being said, if this was a commercial brew, I would still buy it. I would buy a bottle here and there. I wouldn't buy it all the time. It wouldn't be something I would go after all the time. Again, the Midnight Paddler was a 10 out of 10. For me, this is probably a 7 out of 10. It's something that I'd have to sip on again. I need it to warm up. That's why I've been cupping it instead of holding it down at the bottom of the handle. As I've been talking, a little bit more nuances of malt have come out. It's a little more warming. It is a very good example of a Russian Imperial Stout, but it's on the other side. For me, when I drink a Russian Imperial Stout that I love, I'm drinking a Russian Imperial Stout that... how's the best way to put it? I'm drinking one that's more... This is a complex beer, so that's not the word I want to use. That has more flavors that I'm in tone with. It's going to come off with more coffee, with more chocolate, with more toffee, with more butterscotch. It's going to come off with more of all those. This one is more the quintessential Russian Imperial Stout. Alcoholic, sweet, earthy, slightly bitter. It is what it is. It's just not fully my thing. I would buy it and I would enjoy it, but it's not the style. Well, it's not the type of Russian Imperial Stout that I'm after all the time. Again, I have another bottle. I'll sip on this the rest of the night. If I come up with any other thoughts, I'll let you know. Thank you guys. Bye.